welcome to Atomic Radio Hour Post-Nuclear Podcast, show that dives into the wreckage of this post-apocalyptia, episode 72.
Ooh, got a lot of them now.
Yeah, we almost have... Is 72 hours 3 days?
Yes.
We roughly have 3 days of episodes up.
Nice.
Yeah, so it only took a year and a half.
Yeah, who are you, though?
What?
You never introduced yourself.
Oh, shit. I'm Vince. Hi, hello.
And I'm your high in sugar and strontium host, Declan.
Hey, everybody. How was your week, Declan?
How's everybody going? My week has been kind of topsy-turvy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Sure. Like, I had some good stuff. Like, I got a job for next semester, so that's kind of
mazel.
cool. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. What else? Work has been a little bit, like, back and forth. The project that I'm working on is, a little bit rough, but I'm getting my way through it.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon came out, so I'm ecstatic about that.
Really?
It's so fun, dude. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
It's so fun. What about you, my friend?
I had a weekend.
A weekend?
I definitely had a weekend. Yeah, my week was pretty average. I went to work, did work activities. I said in the last episode that I had a big project I've been working on.
I'm excited to see it.
I don't know how I feel about it.
No?
I'm really disappointed with a lot of it.
Aww.
Halfway through doing it, I kind of just... And I think it's maybe because I've been working on it for such a long time that I've hit the point where I'm like, I fucking hate it, I fucking hate it, I fucking hate it. You know what I mean?
Once you go through the editing, I mean, I'm sure you'll find parts that you like.
I don't want to be, like, talking out of class, but I kind of feel like I'm telling a story that isn't mine.
Oh?
Which I guess is kind of the point of writing, but...
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, something about it. I was watching some of the footage with the crew that I have and going over things, and I'm just like, I don't like a lot of this. Something about it, like, and it was a lot of shit that we couldn't go back and do reshoots, and it was just like, I don't know. I'm gonna fiddle with it, and I'm gonna see how it, because I still have to film a lot of other parts, but I want to see how everything looks put together, but... I don't know. I have to really see how it looks because I'm not, like I said, I'm not super keen on what I have. And I think that's more of, like, my own type of, like, insecurity.
Like a personal thing. Because, like, you put yourself out there for this new project. You want it to be the best it could be.
Yeah, and I didn't like the ending. We shot the endings fucking at least 30 times.
Wow, really?
Because every time I did it, I went, oh, what fell? Hold on. Oh, shit, my phone. I need that. Yeah, I must have shot the ending about 30 times, and I'm like, I don't like it, do it again. To the point where, like, everyone was getting upset with me.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? So, yeah, other than that, I mean, I bought some pants.
Ooh.
They were on sale. I got some shorts for, like, $10.
In the winter.
Yeah, well, that's when you buy shorts, is in the winter.
Of course, yeah.
I don't ever wear shorts, so when I see them for $10, I get them.
I don't remember the last time you wore shorts. Maybe
I
high
put
school?
them maybe. There was a while where people used to call me jeans.
I remember that actually.
Yeah. I stopped wearing shorts a long time ago. So like I was trying them on in the store and I'm like, ooh, my calves are so bare. Oh, I can feel the breeze.
That's how my face feels right now.
Oh, I can't see you, but you told me that you're like
me.
shaven.
Yeah, the first time since the 10th grade.
How do you feel?
Doesn't really make a difference to me.
No?
No.
Isn't your cheeks gonna be chilly? Chilly cheeks? Haha.
I mean, recently I've had the goatee.
Don't say shit like that.
No.
No, isn't that the video of the old man?
No, that's different.
What is that? What am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Goatsy. Please cut this out.
No way, it's staying.
No.
That's what I thought you meant.
Please cut this out.
Should I put a picture of it on screen?
No.
Can I? No, let me.
We need to be monetized in the future.
I'll put a picture of.
Don't.
There's one from like Legend of Zelda. That's like it's a picture of like someone standing there and it looks like it. You'll see. I'll put a couple pictures up.
Please don't. Oh God, no.
All right, man. We got a big chunk of lore today.
We've got the Bingus Bongus Chongus lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So episode 72, we're gonna be talking about Nuka Cola.
Oh.
Finally, right after all this, Tim.
After all the time, yeah.
All right, let's just jump right on into it. Nuka Cola, the flagship product of the Nuka Cola Corporation, a symbol of the United States culture, introduced in 2044, quickly became the most popular soft drink on the market. So plentiful that even after the Great War, Nuka is still in abundance, and of course the bottle caps later become the currency. Invented by John Caleb Bradburton after 2 years of experimentation, when it entered the market in 2044, it only took a few years to become the most popular beverage across the globe. A few years after Nuka Classic, or just regular Nuka Cola, was debuted to improve and innovate on the product, many other flavors came out, such as Nuka Cola Cherry, Grape, Dark, which is rum, Orange, Quantum, Quartz, Victory, and Wild. Nuka Cola Cherry.
Is that 8 flavors?
That's 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ha ha ha. Ah ha ha. How did the count do it? 1. There we go. Cherry and Grape were patents acquired by other companies. That they pick them up, like they absorbed those companies and then just took them, fucked with the recipe that was pretty much already done, and then put them out as other Nuka Cola flavors.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. In 2058, they try to buy out Sunset Sarsaparilla, and they also try to buy out Vim Pop Incorporated in 2077.
Wow. So that's like pretty big. They were going full on monopoly there.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. The introduction of Nuka Cola Wild was directly to compete with Sunset Sarsaparilla after the buyout failed, with the opening of Dry Rock Gulch in Nuka World. In October of 2076, Nuka's chemical weapons program... Nuka Cola's chemical weapons program...
Yeah, come again?
The team came up with an isotope of strontium-90. This could be a reliably weaponized form of strontium-90 for armor coating, munitions for the experimental Fat Man, and even area of effect weapons for something as simple as the Thirst Zapper. Now, I didn't get too into it because I didn't really want to spoil any of the Nuka World questline.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But John Caleb Bradburton had a deal with the U.S. government, Army, something that he pretty much got like diplomatic immunity out of it.
Ooh, that's kind of fucking rad.
What?
You know, just like make chemical weapons and we'll give you diplomatic immunity.
Yeah,
let's do war crimes.
We'll get into what happened with that later. But again, I didn't really want to go into the whole because that honestly, for as fucking not an RPG as Fallout 4 is, the Cappy in a haystack questline is one of my favorite quests ever.
I still haven't done it.
You're a fucking... What's the word I want to use? Dilettante.
Dilettante?
Yeah, you're a dilettante. That's my new...
Can you spell that for me out on screen?
Declan.
Yes.
What did you just ask me to do?
To spell that out right now.
To spell what out?
Dilettante.
You would like me to spell the word dilettante?
Yes.
With prior knowledge of what type of school I've been to. you want me to spell dilettante?
I would. Right now, spelling bee. I'm gonna pull it up.
All right. There's two ways. There might be a U in it. Look it up. Bring it up.
All right, I got it.
Get it. All right, you ready? Send me a screen capture of the thing so I can use it in the video. Put it in the host lounge chat.
This is maybe not the right thing.
What?
The right word.
What is the word? Is it not dilettante? Dilettante is a word, is it not?
Yes, I was looking at the wrong one. Got it.
How many other dilettantes are there?
There was another one that had to do with Newtonian physics.
What?
Yeah.
So
There's
I'm
two.
I'm gonna guess it's Dilettant or Taunt.
Wrong.
How do you spell it?
I'm gonna pop it in the thing.
No, just spell it to me.
All right. Dilettate.
And give me the definition.
An amateur, someone who dabbles in a field out of casual interest, rather than as a profession or of serious interest.
I thought it was more insulting.
This is what I got. Maybe
All
it's
right,
like calling someone a filthy casual.
All right, cool. I don't remember how we got here. Something about...
I asked you to spell that because you
Yeah.
insulted me. Brad
Insulted
Burton.
you. All right. Oh, yes, that's why. Because you didn't do the quest. I called you a dilettante. Yeah, fucking one of my favorite quest lines ever. So, all right. They had the isotope at a somewhat safe level in a new kind of Nuka-Cola.
Somewhat safe.
Yeah. Brad Burton ordered this. Now you got me all fucked up because of dilettante. Brad Burton ordered it to be put into production to be made into quantum, named after the isotopes. Does that say disintegration?
Yes, probably.
In the beverages system. Quantum was fast-tracked through the approval process as if it had gone through a 3-year research program. Created the isotope at a safe level for human consumption. Focus groups were used. At least 62 test subjects died as a result. One of organ failure. Many more hospitalized with radiation burns. Families were provided with Nuka condolence fruit and cheese packages that contained liability waivers.
This is fucking insane.
Yeah. A safe isotope was created before it hit stores in DC and Boston. Now, something I want to talk about real quick. I remember reading about the lore of Quantum in 3, and that the test market for Quantum to go public was going to just be DC.
Yeah, that kind of sounds about right.
So,
Although, it could just be DC and Boston.
Yeah, but why? Why not Manhattan at that point?
Maybe it was in Manhattan, for all we know.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. It could have just been like big eastern cities.
Sure.
You never know.
I don't.
Yeah. And neither does Bethesda.
Haha, they don't. They don't. Not anymore, at least. I hope the next one's good. Even after the Great War, it was still the most popular soft drink in America, and it seems to be almost limitless. Despite being warm and flat, it holds all of the allegiance of many wasteland addicts. So, a lot of people are addicted to sugar.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to admit it, but they're addicted to sugar. So here's some of the ingredients. You ready?
I'm ready.
Carbonated water. Sugar or aspartame?
It's like fake butter, but for sugar.
Okay. Caffeine. Phosphoric acid. Citric acid. Is it caramel or caramel?
Whatever you want.
What do you say?
I say caramel.
So caramel a color. Potassium benzoate. And natural flavoring.
I'm reading alongside.
Oh, well, why are you going to make me feel bad, Declan?
I'm not making you feel bad.
It's because you think I'm dumb, right?
No, I was just curious.
The unique flavor
Same.
is the result of combining 17 fruit essences, balanced to enhance the classic. Wait, hold on. Balance to ensure the classic cola flavor. The balance is so precise that after the great passion fruit famine of 2044, customers noticed a change in flavor. Nuka
No
Cola.
shit. That's kind of cool.
How cool is that? Yeah. So to think that and if I didn't write it down because I didn't understand the way it was written, but in the fun facts it says that the Nuka Cola is so heavily based on Coca-Cola that something similar like that happened to Coca-Cola.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool.
Nuka Cola contains 120% of your daily recommended sugars. To counter the negative image, it was marketed as being fortified with vitamins, minerals, and, in quotation, health tonics. You can develop a Nuka Cola addiction where if you don't ingest enough frequently, on a regular basis, you will suffer from splitting headaches.
It's like caffeine headaches.
Yeah.
So that's kind of real.
Onto the bottles. The iconic curved Nuka Cola Classic bottles were used ever since their introduction in 2044. Blue-colored bottles were popular with consumers. Market research in 2052... with market research in 2052, they found out that 86 out of 100 polled customers said blue was their favorite color. Nuka Cola was forced to replace their curved design with a rocket one in 2077. Was the result of a large running litigation over a patent infringement, a case that they lost. Consumers seemed to like the new bottles. Now, that being said, we have our cooking episode. Declan, put an annotation to the cooking episode. Thanks.
Can you write it down for me?
Yeah, absolutely. When we did that, I actually spoke to Victoria Rosenthal once before in Mrs. E's Twitch chat.
That's actually really, really cool.
Like, real quick, she was in it. I think she was maybe reading the book over on stream.
It was when it came out, around that.
Yeah. And she I forget. I don't even, like, people were just asking her questions, and I was like, hey, what was your interaction with Bethesda like? And she said the number one thing that she kept getting notes on was that the bottle couldn't look too much like Coca-Cola because they were getting, like, I guess they had to approve it by Coca-Cola or something because it's so close. That Coca-Cola gets really, 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 really protective of their image.
I mean, they're a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah, and from what I understand, they're one of the better companies to invest in because you're not going to get, like, no one's... Like, if the dude who's the CEO of Apple, like, fucking kills a child tomorrow, like, Apple will plummet. But Coca-Cola, you're not going to get... Like, you know, like, if he's sending pictures of, like some fucking dark web shit to his buddies on iCloud. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But, like, what's a Coca-Cola gonna do? Put a fucking couple Mentos in it and it's gonna go off? You know what I mean? Like...
Right, yeah.
What's the worst that's gonna happen?
Yeah, probably poison.
What do you mean?
Like, if, like, it was, like a recall scare. That's, like, the only thing I could think of.
Do you know about New Coke? Do you know about that whole thing?
Yeah.
You know how it's like the most genius marketing scheme ever.
I don't know too much about it. I just know about, like, that it was different from actual Coke.
There's two theories. One is that they were switching over from pure sugar cane to high fructose corn syrup. And another one is that so, like, they wanted to switch it over and they thought people were going to notice, like, oh no, this isn't really Coke, like the sugar changed and now this has changed. So what they did is they made new Coke and they made it shitty. So then when they brought back classic, because now every Coke says classic Coca-Cola. So when they brought Coca-Cola, when they brought it back, it was like, oh, this tastes the same, but it was enough time for you to be like, does it taste the same? Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's honestly genius.
The other one, which I think is even more genius, is they hyped it up as this is Coke 2 Electric Boogaloo. Like, this is the fucking cat's pajamas. This is the fucking the bee's knees. Yeah. And then they made it shitty on purpose so people wouldn't buy. So they took, like, a hit for, like, say 8 months. But then when they came out with classic Coca-Cola, they fucking people bought the shit out of it because they're like, we don't know when they're getting rid of this one again. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
they supply demanded themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. But what I'm getting at with this is, I wouldn't be surprised if Coca-Cola said something to Bethesda, like sent them a cease and desist.
Like, hey.
And that's why they went to the rocket bottles. I don't know if that's true, but I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why they were like, oh, in 2077 they changed it, because if anything, you could say like by 2277 all the bottles in DC were the last of the classic curve
The old
bottles.
run, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
whatever. Like if that's fucking how you retcon something the right way.
Yeah, that's actually really, really cool.
You know what I mean? Like, oh hey, this is getting that batch of fucking the last batch, the first batch of Quantum, where it's supposed to only be here's all the other Nuka, everything else is going to come out slowly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Are you recording?
Yes. Thank you.
Cool.
The distribution of the product by 2067. There was a vending machine on almost every corner. Popularity depend on region. So the western states, they preferred Quartz, Victory, and Wild, where eastern states like Classic, Orange, Grape, and Cherry. The original marketing was basic and extremely effective, mostly aimed at children.
That's
After
how you
the
get in people's heads. You
Oh.
indoctrinate them as children.
Yeah, I was watching something. I think it's actually in Super Size Me, so I don't know if it's true because that movie's like a decade old. Fast food corporations, the most that they do any sort of television advertisement is during like Nick Jr., like that hour, like early morning kid shows, because from like 0 to 3 or 0 to 4, kids can't tell what's the show and what's the commercial.
Yeah.
So they
It's in your brain
integrate.
space.
Yeah, they integrate commercials thinking like, oh, this is a Well, I say Rugrats. I don't know what fucking kid shows are on anymore.
Yeah, right.
Like, this is like, oh, Ronald McDonald is a Rugrat. Like, haha, Funny Clown Man is a Tommy Pickle. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So, like, shady shit. After the loss in court for the bottles, they went with a space age theme, and in 2062, the Nuka Girl would become the mascot of the company, along with Bottle, Cappy, King Cola, and Nira. Now, again, public school, but I went on the wiki to try to find out what Nira stood for. Nira, and I couldn't find a gosh damn thing.
Where is it on the page? Let me
I looked around. I went to like the Nuka Cola Corporation, and then I went to mascots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
the
I've
Nuka Cola
never
girl.
heard of that.
Yeah, she's the one that you meet when you get there. She's like, "Hi, I need these things done," and she like walks around and
okay.
greets people. But like, I couldn't find out what Nira stood for, and I'm not booting up the game just to figure it out.
Fair. Yeah. You have to like re-download it and everything.
Yeah. The Nuka Girl also had the Thirst Zapper, which became a big thing. I really like her design.
Yeah, like the pinup style.
Yeah, I don't like how they've overused it,
Fair.
but
yeah.
I really, really like her design. I bought a Zippo a long time ago. It's too far for me to reach.
I got it. Don't worry. Here, let me get
You
it.
got
for
one?
you.
Or
Yeah,
get
here.
one. What color is it?
It is plain silver.
Okay, cool. Let me hear it. Ooh, sexual. I have one, and I want to take, what's it called? Sandpaper to it, and
Ooh,
make it look
dirty
like
it
it's
up.
just make it look like it's like Benny's lighter, Benny's Lucky Lighter. I actually found the image that Benny has a pinup girl
sound.
engraved on his lighter, right?
Yeah.
And I found the base image that it's copied from, and I took that and I turned it into a PNG so I could print it out and put it on the lighter.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I want to make it look like it's been through hell. Put the girl on it. I want to start carrying a Zippo even though I don't smoke, just because
Just like
I
if someone needs it.
Hey, yeah.
You never know. And also, if you die and it's in your back pocket, people will start making conspiracy theories.
That's if it's white and big.
Yeah. That's
But
what
I know
I
what
was.
you mean. I know what
yeah.
you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the competition, they had aggressive strategies, taking over popular local brands and then rebranding them and renovating them into Nuka Cola variants. So if you had, is Jones like a local brand? It's like a small timey one, or is that just a PA
Jones
thing?
Soda?
Yeah.
Jones Soda's big.
Is it?
Yeah.
I never see it anywhere.
You can get it in Walmart.
Can you really?
Mm-hmm.
Hot damn! All right. Nuka Grape was originally Grape Pearl Soda, and Nuka Cherry was originally Merle's Very Cherry Soda. Nuka Cola couldn't buy out Vim, so they sued Vim Quartz. Oh, they sued them over Vim Quartz. So that was a new
Because it
drink
was-
that they had come out, and they said, "Oh, it's too close to ours."
Yeah, Nuka Cola Quartz.
Bethesda wanted to sue Notch over Scrolls.
Yeah, you're
Remember
right.
that?
Yeah.
And they continued, or wait, and then they committed industrial espionage and sabotage of Vim, which they were immune to any sort of prosecution thanks to John Caleb Bradburton's ties to the government and the military. Now,
That's some shady shit.
yeah, if you go to, and it pisses me off because I wanted to name the town that, or the cul-de-sac that Jimmy and fucking Richard and Karen are from, Beaver Springs. Or wait, yeah, Beaver Springs. Is that what I want to name it? Yeah, because there's
Beaver
a bowling.
Springs is the name of my D&D game.
Is it really?
Yes, the name
No.
of one of my towns. You want
Bullshit.
Are you sure? Yeah.
Look up the bowling alley in Far Harbor. Otter. Is it Beaver Springs? Look it up quick.
Bowling alley, Far Harbor, Beaver Creek Lanes.
Beaver Creek. That's what I wanted to name. I knew Beaver was in it. That's what I wanted to name the town, the little cul-de-sac that Jimmy and Abby and fucking the whole gang live in.
That's cool. What did you end up going with? I forgot.
It doesn't technically have one yet. It never came up in
It's just
conversation.
the cul-de-sac.
As of right now, it's fucking Beaver Springs. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, but yeah, I wanted to name it that, and then I remember watching something. I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me! They beat me to it. I don't want to use a name that's already used.
Right.
Yeah, but if you go in there, there's which is a really neat story how you get the fat man that shoots the bowling ball.
Yeah, that thing's cool as hell.
Yeah, it tells you about like this town that's like, oh, we have Vim here, and then one of the people that like is a spy for Nuka-Cola works there and keeps sabotaging the Vim machine in the bowling alley.
That's
and
such a low-level sabotage.
like who the fuck cares? Yeah,
right?
and
if you're gonna sabotage, you go up to the top.
yeah, like cut the fucking CEO's brake lines. Don't fucking jam up the quarter hole. You know what I mean?
Like what?
The fucking machine's unplugged again.
That's ridiculous. It's so petty. I love it.
Yeah, it's fucking so childish. But one of the people that like works there winds up falling in love with the spy, or the spy falls in love with somebody. I don't remember. You have to read all the terminals. But
Yeah.
what else do I have here? Some fun facts for you, my friend.
Hit me with them.
I love alliteration. During E3 2018, as a promotional item, people were given a real drinkable version of Nuka-Cola, and it was in the style of the bottles from like the 40s and 50s. It actually looked more akin to the what's it called? Sunset Sarsaparilla bottles.
Oh, cool. Oh, I see it. Yeah, the E3 photo.
Yeah, and John Caleb Bradburton is an amalgamation of the inventors John Pemberton of Coca-Cola and Caleb Bradham of Pepsi.
That's actually really neat. I like that.
I like shit like that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I have on pretty much the notes of Nuka-Cola as a whole. We could always get into more stuff, but like I said, Nuka World, it's not the best, but I thought it was solid. I'm the only person who didn't like Far Harbor.
I liked Far Harbor.
I didn't like Far Harbor that much. It does give you options, and it does actually like allow you to try things, but I really like Nuka World. Nuka World just felt like
Nuka World is so cool.
It's such a nice concept of like, hey, what happens if the shit went fucked?
And you have like all the different like the levels, but the like different worlds like Disneyland.
Yeah, and like
it's well thought out. It's good.
Yeah, I like that a lot more than I like Far Harbor. And also Far Harbor on the PlayStation, you couldn't look at the fog or the frame rate went to 9.
Can't relate.
So, yeah, and then they're like, oh, just delete Far Harbor and re-download it. I'm like, yeah, and then my shit'll corrupt. No?
Yeah.
So, do you have anything you want to say about the Nucus Colas?
We made Nuka-Cola, and it's some good shit.
We did.
I think Nuka-Cola is really interesting because it's obviously a parallel to Coke.
Absolutely.
But you kind of get all the like the weird stories of Coke with the twisted Fallout formula of making it just shady enough. And I just think it's a really like it's an integral part of the franchise.
I agree with you, my friend. I'm actually trying to show on screen right now my little Nuka girl figure
Oh, neat.
that I got from the blind box. Also, I have this quantum. That's the rocket bottle. I know you can't see, Declan. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it glows. I bought this, I think, when 76 came out. I had a coupon for GameStop for like $10. I think I paid like $5 for this. It's neat. I don't ever put it on.
It's cool.
But it charges with like a USB, which is super neat.
Oh.
And then these are a decade old, and that's fucking weird for me to say, but I'm gonna show you some shit real quick. These I built in my garage. Oh, good. Everything's falling. Oh shit! Hold on.
What?
Hold on. Declan, talk. Make good radio.
Talk. So my favorite part about Nuka-Cola is that you have many different choices.
Oh, we have to talk about that. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so go on.
What do you mean by that?
No, I just remembered that I have to talk about some other things.
Okay, I mean, like, when I go and play a Fallout game, there's Nuka-Cola everywhere, but I make it my sole duty to get as many quantum as possible.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the Star bottle caps in New Vegas. Like, I need to have every single one. Every single one.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like one of... I'm not, like, inherently a collector, but I do like collecting quantum. I never drink them either.
Yeah, neither do I. It's like something in me that I can't do it.
I usually have Nuka-Cola on my hotbar, though, in case of...
Really?
Yeah, it's like almost as good as having stim packs.
Real quick, not to change subject, but I made these probably a decade ago. Like, no shit, a decade ago.
Are they the Nuka caps?
No. Oh, whoa, I wrote first on the bottom of one, meaning I made this one first. Oh, I have bottle caps that I forgot about too, Declan, goddamn. Alright, so let me tell you how into this I was when I was...
Give me a good word picture, because I can't see you.
I know. So here, I have in my hand a few things that I'm going to show you. Just because I had to pull it off the shelf. Here's a tin of med tads I made, right? All it is it's a fucking Altoids tin. That's it. And I found a little printout and I put that on it. But this I made. Yeah, I took some sandpaper and some paint to it. This, if you guys really gotta fucking watch us on YouTube, subscribe to us, please. This is a little quantum that I made. It's not the full size. It's like a little, I want to say maybe an 8-ounce bottle of Coca-Cola. And it used to be whenever I found glass Coke, I grabbed it. Yeah. And it's a little, I printed off the quantum label and I have it just sitting on my shelf.
Do you have it filled with anything?
No, it's just empty. Most of the bottles you find are empty.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then I have a little Nuka-Cola, like an old school. These are a decade old, which is nuts to think about.
Yeah, that's like crazy.
And then I have a little jar here. I'll crack this open quick. And here are, let me get a good one. Here are my handmade, decade old Nuka-Cola caps. Trying to get that. There we go. The light's perfect. They're just bottle caps that I then took. I just took, what do you call it, to glue and paper. And inside this as well, I have little containers of jet.
I think the jet's really cool.
They're just little CO2 containers that I painted red, and then I like nicked them and chipped them and took a lighter to them to fucking darken
just
them.
To beat them up, yeah.
But hold on, I want to show one more before I go. Here's a quantum cap. It's just a blue. That's it. I don't know. I've
always liked your caps. They look really cool. They look authentic.
Thank you. And then I would take a hammer and like smash them, or take like a screwdriver and a hammer and fucking put dents in them. And actually, hold on, I might have to cut this up a bit because it's gonna bother me that my shelf's all out of place. Hold on, Declan.
Yes.
Radio.
I
believe in you, my friend.
I'm tired. Hold on, give me a sec. My brain. Please cut this.
Really?
Yes.
All right. So as I put the last piece back on my shelf, and I can fucking go back to talking. There's something I want to show you.
Yeah, please.
People at home, I've seen this one other time. And when I say one other time, that's no hyperbole, that's no bullshit. I've seen
I know
this
what you're talking about.
One other time. As far as I am concerned, this is the rarest piece in my collection.
It was for the Fallout Midnight release for Fallout 4.
Yes. This is, as far as I know, the rarest piece in my collection. But before I do that, hold on. I want to show one thing off real quick. To show you that I'm really with the shits. This
you got
this
the
show.
bits?
This show isn't just for clout. It's because I fucking love this franchise, and it hurts me what they're doing to me.
It does, yeah.
I have a necklace. I don't wear it as much as I should, and I can't. I wore this on our 100th or on our 52nd episode. I wore it on our 50th episode. I wore it on our first. Anytime we had a big guest on, anytime like I just needed something. You can't see it on the camera. I'm using a fucking Logitech. I'm sorry. It's a Nuka Cola cap that I try whenever I have anything big I have to do. A job interview, court, I don't know, something big. I wear this necklace. And on the other side is a D20 that you got me a long time ago at a Ren Fair. Yeah, you know, just I'm here. I love this show. I love this fucking game. But here's something that I've only ever seen one, and as far as I know, it's the rarest piece in my collection.
It's so cool.
It's so small. It's so minimal. It's so nothing. And this almost wasn't even mine.
Yeah.
This is a Nuka Cola bottle cap opener, shaped like a rocket that has a little hole here that could be a keychain. I actually used to put a thumbtack through it, and it would sit on my shelf, like it would just, like on the shelf itself, and it would come out. For years I had it. I don't think I've ever used it. I may have used it 3 times, if that. Never have I ever seen this on eBay. I've never seen it on Etsy. I've never even seen it in another person's collection.
Yeah, like I've never seen that except for yours.
So as far as I know, this is not the only one in existence. No, I have seen one other. And I don't remember where I saw it, but I remember seeing it once and going, holy shit, there it is. Like, I'm not the only person with this.
Was it like on Reddit or something?
I don't remember. I wish I could tell you. I want to say it might have been on eBay, but I'm not sure. And if it was being sold in a lot. So it wasn't even being sold in as like, oh, hey, Nuka Cola bottle cap opener. Because you can get the bottle cap opener that looks like the bottle, but that's a silver rocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, that, as far as I know, is the rarest piece in my Fallout collection. I don't know if that's true or not, but it is to me. So,
because with as much merch as Bethesda sells, you'd think if they would just put that on their store.
Yeah, and there's another thing. Those Nuka Cola bottles, those caps, that Mentats, all that shit, I made because they used to never do merch.
They used to never have merch for Fallout.
Never. Like, if there was merch, I jumped on it, and I was bored and a kid, and I lived in the middle of nowhere, and the winters were cold, so...
The closest thing they had to merch was the special editions, like the lunchbox.
Yep. I was talking to Steven, and he told me he used to carry around... let me find the exact wording for it. He bought one of his favorite games ever is Oblivion, right?
Yeah.
And he told... What the fuck? He told me that he... bought the special edition of Oblivion, and it came with a gold piece, like a septum, a gold septum. Yes, that's the word. How'd you know it? Goddamn.
Because I play Elder Scrolls.
He had a gold septum, and I sent him Bethesda Gear on Instagram said enjoy owning a septum, the main currency in all of Tamriel. The coin includes an engraving of Tiber septum on the observe side. And he told me that this was in the special edition of Oblivion that he bought. He said he's very against special editions. He's very against pre-ordering. And he told me this is the only time I've ever bought a special edition. He carried it everywhere with him, and then he lost it.
No.
And I sent him this, and he was like, I'm going to fucking buy it. Yeah.
That takes a lot.
Yeah.
Steven's pretty frugal in terms of, like, buying game merch and stuff.
Fucking... That's a word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like,
that's cool. I want to see it now. Is there?
Tell me if it's going to Bethesda Gear. But while you do that, I'm just real quick. I'm gonna list off the variants of Nuka Cola. You ready?
Give me all of them.
There's a lot. You sure you're good for this one?
I'm good for this one. Give me them all.
There is in Fallout 1 and 2. There is just flat Nuka Cola. That's it. No diet, no zero carb, no fucking zero. That's it.
Nuka Zero.
You know what I mean? Like, where they got Coke Zero, Pepsi Max, fucking Crystal Pepsi. Fallout 3, there's Nuka Cola and Ice Cold Nuka Cola, Nuka-Cola Quantum, and Nuka-Cola Clear, which I don't even think ever shows up in bottle form. I think it just shows up as the recipe, and you do that in the unmarked quest for Goli Ledo.
I don't remember that at all.
We did a lore segment on it, my guy.
I know, but I don't remember it.
And then in New Vegas, there is Nuka-Cola, Nuka-Cola Ice Cold, Nuka-Cola Quartz, Nuka-Cola Victory, Rum and Nuka, and Nuka-Cola Quantum. In Fallout 4, there's Nuka-Cola Ice Cold, Quantum Ice Cold, and Cherry Ice Cold. Now, when I was reading this, I was actually listening to music while I was doing this, and it kind of sounded like I was rapping. Because it's
That's a video idea.
N-E-W-K-A, Nuka-Cola. Then there's Berry Bomb Drop, Buzz, Cider, Cola Dark, Cola Orange, Quartz, Victory, Wild, Cooler, Fancy Free, Fruity Grape, Hearthly, Elixir Love, Power Punch, Ray, Rush, Sunrise, Twin, Void, and Extreme. And that's all in Nuka World because of the mixing stations.
Yeah.
76 is Nuka-Cola Cherry, Quantum, Dark, Orange, Wild, Grape, and then Nuka Shine. And Tactics, which I don't know if this is fucking canon or not, has Nuka-Cola Cherry, Classic Nuka, Yellow Nuka, and Fusion Cola.
What's
then
Fusion Cola?
I don't even fucking know. Hold on, let's figure it out together. It's a soda. Doesn't have any fancy art. It's just called Fusion Cola. And then there is Fallout Shelter has only Quantum, and you use those as like a power-up. And then there's Fallout New California, the board game, that has Nuka-Cola and Nuka-Cola Quantum. Also, they don't have it listed here, but the Fallout... what's the one on the Xbox? Fallout fucking... Brotherhood?
Brotherhood.
It's like Brotherhood of Steel or something like that. They don't have Nuka-Cola, they have Balls.
Balls. And that's a product placement?
Balls. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
No, do you remember, like, balls? Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, dude, fucking Duke Nukem on Trillo or whatever. Duke Nukem Harassment. You never saw that?
No.
Yeah, he's like, I've got balls of steel. And the lady's like, shut the fuck up, get off my Ventrilo. And he's like, I'll cut off your head and shit down your neck. And she's freaking out. You've never seen that?
No.
Dude, just to piss her off.
It's just like a soundboard?
It was just a soundboard that he was fucking with her. But he used to just go balls, over and over again. And she would freak the fuck out. I gotta send you the link. It's so funny. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say about Nuka-Cola.
Jeez.
And I'm still recording.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Pokemon.
Yeah, you wanted to go right into it?
Pokemon.
Tell me, because I'm not going to buy it.
Pokemon.
Tell me.
Hold on, just gonna...
Do it.
Just gonna...
You're talking about wanting to be monetized, so you're going to play fucking Nintendo music. Nintendo was like, we don't want any of our shit on thing.
It was less than
ever.
15 seconds.
Wait, is that the rule? 15?
I think that's the most you can get away with in terms of like copywritten content.
Wow.
Or at least with audio. I don't know.
Wow.
But it's so fucking fun, dude. I'm having such a blast. Yeah.
Why? Who'd you pick as your start man?
I picked Sobble because
you're wrong.
he's a little sad little boy.
What does Score Bunny look like in final form?
I can pull it up if you want.
Yeah, send me a picture because I've seen Grookey looks like an abomination. Sobbles looks like a shitty not a shitty knockoff. What's it called? A shitty reject from. You ever see Rango?
No.
That's a great movie.
All right, Pokédex.
Declan, turn the sound off.
I know it was an accident. It was just for the joke at first.
He said while this volume's still at full volume.
I'm putting it down.
Oh, I'm Declan. I got the new Pokemon. Oh. So, like, what do you like about it so much?
It's just, it feels like what I wanted as a kid. That's what.
What does that mean? Like, that doesn't really help. I didn't grow up as you.
There. I sent you the thing.
Thanks.
Oh. It's my machine. Go away.
Oh, it looks awful.
I don't mind it.
I don't like it. I thought Score Bunny was like a decent design. I don't like that at all. Is that its middle? Is that its middle phase?
No, that's its end phase.
Ay, all right.
So like when I was a kid and played Pokemon like all the time, I always had an idea in my head on like, man, what would Pokemon be in the future? And it was being able to run around with like console capabilities and like see Pokemon in the world and like run after them and then like and interact with them in the world and not just like walking through grass and like having a random encounter pop up.
Okay.
A lot more of like an open world experience as opposed to a traditional JRPG experience. And that's just like what I thought would be like the future. And I feel like with this we finally got that. The Wild Zone is so fun to play in. You can actually play alongside people there.
Really?
Yeah, like will be walking around the Wild Zone and I see other people just walking around like catching Pokemon on their bike, doing whatever.
But
The
Declan,
raid battles, what?
but Game Freak lied.
Shut the fuck up.
I saw a post that was like, oh, look how they lied about the shaders and they're reusing this and they're reusing that, and I can't believe you're going to support this fucking garbage. And then it was a kid looking up at the guy going, "Sir, I'm 8."
Yeah.
Like, who
Yeah.
it's a children's game.
It's a children's game. Yeah. Who gives an actually something interesting is I'll send you the Google rating of it.
The Google rating? What do you mean?
It's like it pulls all the like rating sites and like
Oh,
averages them out
okay.
or whatever, and the ones that are rated on like the Google like front page
On the Google.
on the Google. Just gonna do that.
It's like when your parents are like, "Get on the Facebook."
Exactly. This is what people have been rating it on Google's like front page when you search Pokemon Sword and Shield. So,
Yay, more editing.
well, yeah, we'll pop that in the video. It's got mostly 5 stars because it's a very enjoyable game. It's not perfect. There are some graphic hiccups here and there. But there's been a lot of just like unnecessary amounts of hate towards it, and it's coming from mostly people that didn't buy it or are trying to tear down people's fun experiences. I think that's not fair. This is for a new generation of Pokemon players. It's targeted at mostly children and teens. This is going to be a game for them to play and have fun, and you going around being a toxic 40-year-old about this game is not going to help anyone, really. It's not ruining some kids' first experience with Pokemon. It doesn't make you a better person. It's a game that I've been so far playing and having an incredible time with, despite all of its hiccups. It's not, like I said, it's not perfect. The game was intended to be released on the DS, and
Really?
it was intended to
wow.
be released on the DS, and the reason why a lot of the issues have kind of arisen is because the original design had the DS in mind, and the different.
Is arisen a word?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
All right, go on.
They had the DS's constraints in mind, and then they had to go back and basically convert things to Switch, and that is not an easy process.
I see.
Going through and switching your game engine halfway through a project, been there, done that. It's the fucking worst.
It just doesn't look like. I don't
It's
know.
just-
For
it's
me,
so
it just doesn't
fun.
look like Pokemon anymore.
It's definitely different from the original games. It's not like it's different. That's just how it is. Things change and they grow, become different things, and that's okay. But there's
I'm not saying it's not. I just think like I remember playing Black and White 2, which was the last good one, and I remember playing it going, we are so close to getting fully 3D Pokemon and being so hyped about it. And then like we got it, and I was like, I don't want to play.
like that's fair. If you don't
There's
like
a-
it, you don't like it.
There's a copy of Sun. What came before Sun?
X and Y.
There's a copy of X and Y somewhere in my house that has Pokemon all the way from Ruby on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. It was. I couldn't. X and I don't even think I ever beat X and Y.
I liked X
I didn't
and Y.
like
It was
Ruby
okay.
and I didn't like the Ruby and Sapphire remake. I didn't like, what do you call it? I don't know. They're just. I feel like they're just not for me anymore, which I guess is kind of the point.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
But
the
like,
the thing about this one that's really making it special for me is that everything, like every step of the way, it feels grand. And I kind of want to explain that. Like, you leave your hometown, and when you leave, you get to like meet the champion. Just by the way, not going to be delving too deep into spoiler territory, but if you want a pure experience, skip this part. As you're leaving your hometown, you get to meet the champion of the region, and you immediately have something to look up to. This grand figure. You leave on the train and go towards the big city, and before you get to the big city, you go through the wild area, and you see this like this huge open landscape that you could just basically explore and do whatever you want, catch Pokemon, and it's hard. Like for the wild area part, the level ranges from like 8 to like 40. So you could get caught in a difficult situation where you can get wiped out by an over-leveled Pokemon.
Did you beat it yet?
No. I'm about to go on to the 6th or 7th gym. I forget at this point.
I didn't like with a lot of them, not to cut you off, but I didn't like with a lot of them that you'd kind of hit like level 60 and then the game would just be kind of out of things to do. And I feel like the recent ones did that a lot.
I'm not at that point yet, so that remains to be seen.
I know. Like, what was the one with Goodra?
Goodra was
like one of the
X
last.
and Y.
Okay, that was one of the last modern ones that I was like, that's a fucking cool idea. But
like the wild area, it's so grand. You get to the first major city, and the thing's freaking huge. They really like, despite it being intended for the DS, they took the Switch's power and ran with it.
Really?
Yeah. You remember the big city from Black and White? How fucking cool that was.
Well, yeah.
Imagine that turned up to 11. That's how the city designs are. It's just really, really fucking cool. And the gym battles are done impeccably.
Really?
Yes.
Are there actual gyms again?
Yes.
There's 8 of them.
Yes.
I heard they got rid of Megas.
Yeah, there's no Megas in this, but there's a different thing called Dynamax.
Yeah.
Which kind of is a similar but not same thing. With the gyms, it's all of them are like football stadiums, like soccer stadiums. Mm-hmm. So you go in and you do like a quick challenge to like get through the gym, and then when you get to the final like battle, it's the screen like switches, and you're in this like tunnel, and you look out and you see the stadium, like the field, and as you walk out of the tunnel, you hear the crowd cheering, and
really,
it's so cool.
That's awesome.
And you get out into the middle of the field and you see the crowd, and you see the gym leader standing there, and they're like, blah, 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 may the best person win. And then like they strike a pose and the most dope music comes on.
Really?
Yeah, the music is so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll send it to you, or I'll put a clip in myself, just like mark this time for me.
I will. Kyle, I got breakfast with Kyle, Steven, and some other people Saturday. And he was telling me a little bit about it, and I was just like, it sounds cool. I don't know, like, I'm gonna get it. Like, I don't think I've ever passed on a Pokemon game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I own every one, or a form of every one, you know what I mean?
Like, if you got Ruby, you didn't have Sapphire, or something like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think the last time I didn't buy both of them. I don't think I really ever bought both of them. Yeah, I was talking to him about it. I was like, I'm gonna get it. I know it's never gonna go on sale, but if I can get like a coupon for $15 off any game, maybe I'll pick it up.
Or like a GameStop gift card or something
like yeah, if someone just like, I don't know. Do you ever have a family member that gives you gifts and it's like they talk to you like you're a child? And I'm like, thanks. I'm like, I'm fucking in my 20s now. Like, you don't have to get. I don't know about you, but I fucking hate getting presents. I'm the only person who doesn't like good things. Like, I get really uncomfortable when people give me presents.
Look at the bright side. Borderlands is still good. Joker's still good.
Yeah, I know. I'm fully aware. I made friends a few weeks ago. Like, I'm aware. Things are good. But, like, I get really uncomfortable when people try to give me presents.
A lot of people are like that, actually. They feel like there's an obligation then.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, what do I gotta get you? And not even what do I gotta get you? Like, I don't want anything. Like, let's just celebrate the fact that we're alive. Like, you don't have to buy me a thing. You don't gotta get, like, you know what I mean?
See, it's hard for me to buy presents for you because you're always like, hey, don't get me things. So now I opt for, hey, let's go do something. Let's go have an experience.
I'd much rather do that. I'd much rather be like, yo, let's go take a class, or let's go do this. Let's like, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's go to a wine tasting or something cool. Like,
maybe not that.
maybe not that, but like,
I mean, I'd probably do it
it's
just for the
something.
story, but I wouldn't like, you know what I mean? Whatever.
No, but like this game just
where
like,
it's going.
it feels grand.
I don't like a lot of the designs, to be completely honest with you. And I'm
That's
not
fair.
I'm not trying to shit on your experience, and I'm kind of trying to play devil's advocate a little bit here. But there was not many designs I liked. I saw Apple, just Apple, and then I
I haven't seen that yet.
I thought it was going to be the Apple was it was like a Mimikyu situation where the apple looks like the Pokemon, but it's actually the worm, and I thought it was going to be a bug type.
Oh, that'd be cool. I haven't come across that Pokemon yet.
Well, can I tell you what his final evolution is? Because it's kind of cool and it's kind of whack.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's an apple pie dragon.
Ooh, that's kind of fucking cool.
I'm not huge on inanimate object Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Like, and don't get me wrong, I understand Voltorb, Magnemite, like all the originals had their own.
Yeah.
Their own, what do you call it? Their own, I totally get that. Muck. Muck is just the Pokemon that was made from, or Grimer as well, was just like toxic
Made from
runoff.
sewage, yeah.
You know what I mean? Ghastly, Gengar, and Haunter are all ghosts of other, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but those aren't the ones that I think about as being like the best. Like my favorites are fucking Dragonite. Why the hell can't I think of Mareep's final form?
Ampharos.
Thank you. Fucking, I love Ampharos.
Yo, the
Aggron,
the apple pie
Tyranitar.
one's kind of cool. I just looked them up.
Like, it's a cool idea, but it's like I didn't like Ghastly having the smokestacks because it didn't.
Or
look
that
like,
was
or what I say.
Wheezing.
Thank you. Wheezing having the smokestacks because it didn't look like it looked like something manufactured, and I get it. It's supposed to look like industrial.
Well, yeah, it's going into the
cogny.
industrial era. Yeah.
Absolutely, I totally understand that. I think it should have been more subtle. Like instead
That's
of
fair,
one
yeah.
giant smokestack, maybe a bunch of them and they're little, like just to make it not seem so on the nose. You know what I mean? And like the new Meowth that apparently isn't fluffy, it just has a beard. That
I don't care for the new Meowth personally.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell it's a Meowth unless it had the coin on its head.
Yeah, it
You know
does
what
have
I mean?
the coin.
But like that, I like the idea of them saying, all right, these are Pokemon that are in this region, and this is how they look in this region. I really like that idea.
I like
That's
the new Ponyta design.
I didn't see it. Is it the cloud one?
It,
No, it's a unicorn, right?
Yeah, it's a unicorn.
Oh, I
It's-
have seen
It's a fairy type, I believe. I think it looks really cool.
See, I don't agree with changing the type completely. I think they should change the type, but keep like if it's a dominant, like the dominant trait, and the recessive
Like
trait,
a
if you
lateral
will.
movement. Like
Yeah, like if it's a fire normal type, make it that it's fire
fire
fairy.
or like fire dark or something.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like keep one of the dominant traits. Like trying to think of one that like Vulpix, right? Like you couldn't. I know there was ice, but that's a different thing. Vulpix was ice, right?
The Alolan one was ice, yeah.
Okay, so then that's one that you can totally change. You know what I mean? Like it makes more sense to just change it completely. But when you're doing something like Meowth, make it a normal dark or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
I think it's a steel type this time.
Really?
Yeah.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying like. And also, this is fucking Game Freak who's been doing it for 2 decades. Like they obviously know what they're doing better than I do. I'm just saying my own thing.
Yeah. The layman's opinion. Like we are not on the team. We don't know how it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do have to give props to Game Freak because halfway through development of this game, they lost half of their team to work on the Little Town game.
What?
Yeah, Game Freaks has a new game coming out called Town or like Small Village or something.
Really?
And it looks like a really cool game, but they didn't have their full-size team. So they, at that point, were probably under heavy stress to get the game finished. Also, Game Freak is the biggest it's ever been in years, so they're trying to work with having a big team. This team, when it was at full size, was like 200 people. Managing
shit.
200 developers and like designers and artists, that's a huge team. And for Game Freak, which is a relatively small studio, that was probably a big culture shock in terms of working with this new workflow.
That's insane.
Yeah, like they had a huge task ahead of them, and people don't really realize how big of a deal this was. Their first release on a Switch when it wasn't supposed to be on the Switch. Half their team, having a brand new team. This is a big deal, and I think that they really did well with with the timeline they were given, and I think they did a good job. They did good. I think they should be able to rest well at night, knowing that they did a good job.
Well,
are there issues? Yes. Is it perfect? No.
Here's my whole thing.
Yeah.
People bitch and moan that a new Call of Duty comes out all the time. Says, "Oh, you buy the same game every year." It's the same shit with Pokemon.
It
you know
is,
what I mean?
It's
like
the same shit. Yeah.
And I'll be the first one to tell you that. It's just like I don't know, man. I'm gonna wind up playing it eventually. It's just something about it just didn't
draw you in immediately.
Yeah, and I don't really like a lot of the designs I've seen so far. I don't know. I'm just kind of waiting. I don't know what I know what the legendaries look like, but what's the third one gonna be? Because it's obviously not gonna be Gun.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the one I'll get. I think I'll wait for that one.
The third one?
Unless they skip it, because they skipped it with the one of them.
Yo, the third one's freaking cool.
What is it?
I don't know. I think it's probably a spoiler, so I don't want to post it.
All right. It's fine. We can talk about something else. How much time we got?
We are at an hour right now.
How about we do this? What's your top 5 Pokemon of all time and why?
Of all time?
Because I could name off a couple real quick.
Killing me. Yeah, I can... If you give me, like, a minute...
All right, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Dragonite. Ampharos. I have a very soft spot in my heart for Litwick and his evolution chain. Mm-hmm. Because that was the first shiny I ever found. And
that's awesome, actually. The shiny for Litwick's cool.
It's my favorite type of shiny. It's the subtle shiny. Mm-hmm. It's instead of the flame being purple, it's red.
Are we doing like family of Pokemon? So like, say if I choose Bulbasaur, that includes Venusaur and stuff.
I'll give you that. Like if you like the whole line. Because I don't really like Dragonair or Dratini, but I love Dragonite. Dragonite Knight. Yeah, I had the fucking. You remember that?
Yeah.
My D&D little. For those who don't know, when you play D&D, you have a little character that'll maybe take you like the
your physical,
it's like an avatar, a physical. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And it was a Dragonite with a helmet, and it was Dragonite Knight, and I wanted to paint him black with stars so he could be Dragonite Knight, or Night Dragonite Knight. So then you could be like Night Dragonite Knight got in a fight. Dragonite, Litwick's lineage. Oh. Who else do I really like Butterfree. I don't know why. I've always had a liking for Butterfree. Ampharos is super tight. Krookodile I remember really liking from Generation 5?
Yeah, that was the sand crocodile, right?
Yeah. Blastoise, the whole Squirtle line really.
Mint.
What's that?
I said pretty mint.
Oh yeah. I need a fifth. I don't want to say another Gen 1. Who's a Gen 3 I really like? Gen 3, Metagross.
Yo, Metagross is dope.
Metagross was like the first time. I think Ruby was my first one, which is going to... Some people are going to be like, what the fuck? And other people are going to be like, oh my god, me too.
Yeah, mine was Emerald, so...
Dude, I fucking met somebody the other day who was born in 2000. 2000. When you're a baby.
Yeah.
I was like, where were you when 9/11 happened? I remember where I was, and I had to walk 15 miles uphill both way with no soles in my shoes in the middle of the winter to get to school. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like an old man. I was like, get off my fucking lawn, child. 2000, my guy.
2000.
So what's your 5?
My 5? All right, in no particular order. I love Torchic and the entire line up to Blaziken.
Heat. Literally.
Ralts all the way up to Gardevoir.
Okay. Both forms, male and female?
I love Gardevoir. I've never really played with Gallade before.
I didn't even know his name. I just knew it was Guy Gardevoir.
But I love the Psychic Fairy type. Can I throw generations?
Can I throw one in?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Volcarona is super fucking tight.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Flame Moth.
That's
hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna meet you with Ampharos being fucking tight.
How good is Ampharos?
Ampharos is awesome. I also have a shiny one.
The blue's nice.
Yeah, the shiny one's cool as hell. And
There's
it has,
like
pink fur.
Yeah.
My first, so I got Emerald and I got Pearl at the same time because it was my birthday.
Okay.
And I had an original DS which had both
Which
slots.
you could. Oh my god.
So,
Dude, you must have been slaying it on the playground.
Yeah. So I also have Chimchar all the way up to Infernape.
Okay.
Basically my first starter.
Do you remember your first starter? I remember mine.
My first starter was Chimchar.
I think mine was Mudkip.
Mine was Chimchar and Torchic because I had both those games at the same time.
It might have been thing. I remember I used to restart the game all the time. And then with Ruby, because that was Sapphire was my first. It was Ruby, yeah. And I remember... Do you remember the people at Walmart lying to you all the time when you would buy games?
No, what do you mean?
Remember the Walmart, like, 2 towns over?
Yeah.
I remember they would always lie to me.
They would lie to you?
Yeah, they would, like make up, like, little white lies about video games. Because I would go over there and hang out with the people that, like, even when I was, like, 9, I'd go over there and, like, hang out. We just talk about video games over there. My parents were, like, doing Walmart activities. And I remember I sent my grandma to Walmart to pick up Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, hey. She called me on my mom's phone. Because I didn't have a phone yet. I was, like,
right.
I was a boy. And she's like, hey, the lady here is telling me that Ruby has more female Pokemon. Are you okay with that? And I'm like, yeah.
Like, what's
I was
wrong
like, I
with
don't
that?
care. No, like, I'm a little boy. Like, does a little boy want to play the game that has more, you know what I mean? Like,
that's stupid, though. Like, it's almost 50-50.
no, I understand that, but I'm saying, like, no, but that's not the point I'm getting at. The point is, like, that doesn't fucking happen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that there's a gender bias between each game.
Yeah, like, whoever fucking thinks of that.
Yeah, I remember, like, and then, like, there would be other times where they would, like, tell me stuff about games and, like cheat codes and shit, and they just wouldn't work. like, I remember them lying to me all the time, and it wasn't, like, anything I'd get mad over, because it wasn't like, hey, man, if you want a car, I just hit up, down, left, right, BA, start, and there's going to be a car in your driveway. It would be like, take the shortcut, and, like, the shortcut wouldn't work, so I'd have to, like, redo a level, and it'd be, like, a minor inconvenience.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Like, the dude...
like, 2 more, though.
Sorry, go on.
So, I have Eevee, specifically Espeon, because I like Psychic types a lot.
Okay. Oh, Alakazam. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Alakazam's fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah. Give me a kiss.
And an honorable mention to Flygon, because Flygon's the fucking coolest.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I actually found a Trapinch in the new game, and I'm excited.
Really?
Yeah.
Flygon's a goon.
Flygon is fucking cool. Biggest glow up of 2006.
What do you mean?
Because Trapinch is just this little, like, gremlin.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go on forever, but those are, like, ones that I like a lot.
Well, I'm going to give it a try. I know I have my qualms, my gripes.
Just go into it with an open mind, because it's not
my
the
grips
same.
and my graps. No, I know, and that's what I have to understand, but, like... I saw that you can catch a Bulbasaur out in the wild, and I went, what the fuck? You can't catch starters out in the wild.
I don't recall seeing any Bulbasaur yet.
Yeah, apparently, I follow a page on Twitter called Bulbasaur Propaganda.
That's a really good page.
There's another one that's a Squirtle Propaganda, because I'm a Squirtle squad, but, like, I never see them post. But yeah, Bulbasaur Propaganda is always posting cool shit. Like, the other day they posted, what the fuck did they post? In Brazil, there's a Bulbasaur statue.
Really?
Just there, just like in a park, yeah. And they posted a picture of it, how a bunch of people came and defaced it, and then a bunch of people came together and cleaned it. Like,
aw.
Yeah. But, I mean, as much as I love Pokemon, my favorite thing about learning about Pokemon is finding out what other people's favorite Pokemon is. Mm-hmm. That being said, who do you think Shane Ivor's favorite Pokemon is?
Shane Ivor's, it's got to be something like Whismur, one of the sound Pokemons.
Yeah.
Exploud, because he gives us straight heat. It could be a fire type. If you want to get Feather Duster.
Sincere, because he's cooking up fucking flames.
That's a good one. If you want to get Feather Duster, our intro music, you can get it at www.silvermansounds.com/free music/Feather Duster. Vince, are we social?
As of late,
Nice.
Yeah. You can find links to our social media and the show's social media in the description below. You can also find a link there to our Discord. Today's lore was recommended to me a week or two ago.
Yeah.
I guess 2 when this comes out. In the Discord. I want to say it was either Ken or it was Morgan who recommended it.
Is it in the feedback channel? I can go check now.
No, it's not. It's in general.
It's going to be
because I didn't put it in feedback. I put it in general. I was like, guys, I got an hour, and they were like, hey, hit us with this. I don't remember who said it. I'm sorry I didn't write it down. Yeah, you can find a link to our Discord there. It's always happening. It's always hopping, and it's always a Tim and a Time. You can come in there and talk about. It was Ken. I thought so. Yep. You can always come in there and talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about.
Yeah. Come join our conversation,
please. You can find us everywhere podcasts are sold, but I think the premier way to watch the show is on YouTube. You can see my face, you can see Declan's face. I showed a bunch of props this episode.
Yeah.
I'm always wearing a hat.
I'm not.
You could come and check it out. Have a laugh. Just check it out. I always feel like I do this out of. We have merchandise that we always forget to plug.
Yep.
You can go to our Redbubble. We don't have a Teespring yet, but you can go to our Redbubble. You can get a shirt, some stickers, a duvet, a clock, a bag, a mug. A lot of cool stuff on there. Yeah, I don't know why I don't have one yet. Everything you get on there, all the money from that, if you choose to buy anything, is just going right back to the show.
Yeah.
The same with our Patreon. All the money that we make on Patreon goes right back into the show. It isn't for Declan to buy things Declan likes, and it's not for me to fucking buy things that I like. I totally spaced. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't even have basic likes and interests anymore, guys. But some people that do, they gave us money. We have Gage R. I'm doing this out of order because
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was like, Cube.
No. Cube's been here the longest. Cube, the friendly companion. Cube,
thank you. I hope you're doing well. I haven't heard from you in a while, bud.
Sorry, I've been absent to D&D. We have Noah, friend of the show.
Noah, thank you, my friend.
Now we have Gage.
Thank you, Gage.
Thank you for
another guy in the
around.
Discord. Thank you for coming around. Thanks for helping the show out.
We have Mason.
Thank you, Mason.
And Jordan with a Y.
Jordan with a Y.
Thank you so much for supporting us, guys. We are working on some really cool content coming up. Actually, I'm pretty sure that Atomic Tabletop was posted by now. Let's hope so.
So how far are you into the edits?
You're out for that. I'm not done yet, but it should be done.
Really?
Yes.
Did you get to the part where he blew up the tower?
Not yet, unfortunately. Actually, you guys haven't got there yet either.
All right. I'm looking at Dragonite Knight now.
Oh yeah,
dude, he's across the room.
Yo, go get that goon.
I can't. I'll fuck up the whole setup.
Oh,
Dragonite Knight. He's right next to my Homer Simpson and my Sriracha and Flamingus. The Flamingus you 3D printed for me.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, everybody.
Have a good one.
What should we end this on, Declan? What did you learn?
I learned that I learned more than I needed to know about Nuka-Cola, and I thought that I knew more.
Cool.
What did you learn?
I learned what the word dilettante means.
Oh, shit, you're right.
All right, everybody.
These dilettantes are out.
Atomic Radio Hour.